Hey, it's Gary Jones from Elvis Duran and The Morning Show. And welcome to another edition of CEO Unplugged. Today, I'm hanging out with Thomas Eastwick. He's the CEO and founder of Eastwick College. Oh, my God, I like the way that sounds. First of all, I never met anybody whose college it is namesake. Like it's like you're the man. It's your college, or how did you get a college named after you?
Well, it's been about 45 years of working hard, I can tell you right now.
You're the guy.
I am the guy.
You started a school.
I started this little school in Bergen County, Ramsey, New Jersey. I bought a little secretarial school at that point that had 32 students. And it was only secretarial. As a matter of fact, it was little white gloves and no night school, no other subjects besides secretarial classes. And we grew it from 32 students. Presently, we've got 2,300 students in 4 different campuses. 2 of them that are in Bergen. We have one in Hackensack, the big one in Ramsey. We also have a trade school in Patterson and another electronics school and HVAC school in Nutley.
So you've grown to several branches of your college over the years.
Mm-hmm.
So take us back to the very beginning. I understand you're from Queens.
I am from Queens.
I'm a Brooklyn guy.
Okay.
So how does a guy from Queens start a college?
Well, I graduated from St. John's. I got my degree in business, but it was back in 1974. So if you remember those days, I'm a little older than you.
I was born in 74.
All right. Well, that was when New York City was flat broke. They were about to go bankrupt, and so I chose to become a hippie in California. And I lived in California for 10 years.
Uh-huh.
And in California, I spent a year living in someone's garage, which was always good for bringing yourself down to a level of understanding what you want to do in life. And I got a job in a small college out in San Diego and worked my way up, and then got promoted to a college in San Francisco. And so from that college in San Francisco.
So of your experience in working in the college industry.
Right. That's exactly
You said, you know what? I'm going to take all these smart ideas and bring it over back to the East Coast and do it myself.
I'll go even a step further. I had worked for 7 years for a nonprofit organization, and so it was a little different. Then I got a job working for the very first publicly traded education stock, a stock on Wall Street. That was National Education Corporation.
Okay.
And they were pure profit making. So I went from nonprofit to profit making, and after 10 years, I said to myself, I have to do it myself because I know how the quality and how to bring the money down to the bottom.
It takes a village. I mean, you can't just teach all the classes. So how do you know you're getting quality people when you were forming Eastwick College in the very beginning? Like, how do you vet the professors and the people that were going to be a part of this?
Well, luckily, I don't have to do that portion of it anymore.
Oh, okay. but
back in those
you have
days,
to know you had to know you're getting quality, right?
But basically, you had to figure out, hey, you feel comfortable with the person? Did you look at their background? You check their references and so on? And, now, totally different because we're measured by 9 or 10 different types of programmatic accreditations. So if these students do not pass their licensing exams, we know we're not doing well. So it's a very, very different situation when it was 32 students versus the 2,300 students now.
So focusing on the now and the 2,300 students, with all these fields available, one of the things I believe you can get into the medical profession.
Yes, we do.
Now, I heard that it's not that easy to break into the medical field. How does one just apply, enroll, and is there hope for people that want to just say, you know what, I want to stop what I'm doing right now and hit the reset button and join Eastwick College in the medical profession?
The easiest way I would suggest is probably going through an LPN program, a licensed practical nurse program. That program is only 1 year in length.
Mm-hmm.
They graduate, they pass their licensing exam, they're making $45,000 to $50,000 a year.
Right off the bat.
Right off the bat. So it's an amazing field. And, of course, we have the LPN, but we also have then the opportunity for them to become RNs as a registered nurse.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have all kinds of different affiliations where they can move on to become BSNs. So it's an interesting field. That field and also occupational therapy, 18 months worth of education, you become a licensed occupational therapy assistant.
Oh, wow.
And, again, the income is about $45,000 to start.
Wow, it's interesting because I don't know if you would get that opportunity or if you're allowed to take that path if you go to other schools. I feel like that you do something, I feel like you guys help hold people's hands throughout the process.
Well, and we make them go to school 6 to 8 hours a day. So that's really the difference. Where traditional colleges, most likely you're going to go to school and you're going to go to school 2 hours or 3 hours.
Yeah.
And then the next
We've all
day,
been there, the Monday, Wednesday, or the Tuesday, Thursday plan, and then, this semester I'm going to take some time off.
Exactly.
That's not how you guys see it.
No, a matter of fact, a student many times has to do their clinical or their externship rotation, and they have to work full time for 6 months.
Well, you earn it, and then you enjoy the fruits of your labor.
Well, it's not easy because when you're working full time for free, and that's part of the licensing,
Mm-hmm.
you're in a position at that point you have to make sure your life can accommodate the training. So it's a difficult thing. So.
What sets Eastwick College apart from someone trying to think about where they're going to go right now to school, and they're going to set, am I going to be doing something in my local city? Am I going to go am I going to go away to school, or I'm going to go to Eastwick College? So what sets you guys apart?
Well, first of all, our reputation is very strong.
Okay.
Again, for 35 years, the name has been well known. We have affiliations of over 375 different medical hospitals and medical clinics that we're involved in. So it gives a great opportunity when someone says, I can't ever go into a doctor's office and get a physical without knowing someone that works at that doctor's office. So it's a funny situation for me. But I think the reputation is something I've been very, very proud about. And then, of course, the affiliations, they'll notice us immediately and say, oh, yeah, okay, we have other people from Eastwick graduates that we're working here. So.
Okay, that's cool. You were talking earlier about having accreditations and certifications. So why is that an important part of what you offer students?
Well, so much of our programs are required to have national licenses, certifications, or registries to be able to work. That's really what the issue is.
Right.
So, for instance, a nursing degree will require the Board of Nursing programmatic. Occupational therapy requires ACOT.
Mm-hmm.
Our surgical technology requires a national license to work. We can go even further on into our funeral. We have mortuary science, which is a national license, and they need to be able to pass the license to become a mortician or a funeral director.
Wow, and these certifications, do they meet expectations of is it part of the? I don't even know. You know what I'm saying? It sets a certain bar, but is it at the bar that it's supposed to be at? That's recognized
nationally.
Nationally,
that's
okay.
Right. So in other words, you cannot just go to a school that's not programmatically accredited. So you have to be accredited.
Right.
That college has to be accredited for you to be able to sit for that license.
Yeah.
So in New Jersey, here in Bergen County, at our Hackensack location, we have our funeral services. There's only one other school in the entire state that is recognized to be able to teach funeral director.
Funeral services.
Funeral services. So we also
offer funeral directing.
So we have funeral directing, and believe it or not, in the same building we offer culinary. So we have someone.
Oh my goodness! I hope those departments don't get mixed up.
We have nurses that'll take care of you, and then we have people that'll bury you. That's the easiest thing.
Or maybe you just you lose your life from the food you cooked, and then you just send you to the other side. No,
let's hope not.
No, but do they teach? Do they do? Do you embalm a body?
Not on campus. We have models that they do. We have an embalming lab that they go through the whole thing. But then they do go outside and they'll work as an embalmer for a certain period of time as a clinic.
I can't name another college that offers such a wide array. What else do you guys? So it's the medical. You started as secretarial back in the day.
We still have business administration and hospitality. But
what else? What else?
Right now we have a very popular little school in Paterson, New Jersey. That's Hohokus School of Trade.
Okay.
And that teaches plumbing and electrical apprenticeships, welding.
Like vocational.
Vocational. And it's very short and sweet. 6 to 9 months, you'll be able to graduate. And young kids nowadays, they can come out as a second-year plumbing apprentice or an electrician, second-year apprentice. Right by going only 9 months of schooling.
What do they offer in Bergen?
In Bergen, we have, in Ramsey, we have our occupational therapy assisting. We have nursing. We have surgical technology and cardiovascular technology.
Wow.
So that's ultrasound training.
So if people are following along right now, where can, after they watch this interview, where can they go to take a look at the curriculum and all the offerings?
Well, you would go to eastwick.edu. That would be the easiest thing to do, to start to see what you'd be interested in.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we have 25 different careers or degrees that would direct you towards a licensing or employment.
You
really.
know, a lot of people are undecided. People coming out of college, maybe well into their 20s and living back with their parents, and they're like, they came from a 4-year school, and now they're like, oh, now what? And I don't know what to do. I'm lost. Why is Eastwick a great place to go? Like, what advice could you give these people?
Oh, scary. I would tell you, that's great that you mention it. Matter of fact, in Ramsey, New Jersey, at the Bergen County School, we're in a situation 75% of all the students that attend school already have 2 to 4 years of college. 75%.
What does it tell you about, when they made these decisions initially, they weren't ready?
Well,
or they didn't want to change their mind. Maybe they went into a field, they went down a road. I know people working in financial right now, and they're like 2-3 years into it, and now they're like, oh, wait a second, how do I get out of this? I feel like I'm going down this rabbit hole. I want to back out and start something else. Eastwick seems like the perfect solution.
We are anti-traditional education. We really are. We're in a position that we're offering the alternative that's, even though it's short term, it requires a lot of work on their part as a student. And they have to be committed to going to school, being there 90% of the time, and being able to study. So it really is a big difference from the traditional college setting and so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm. Now, I was told that the U.S. Department of Labor's recent figures show you guys at the top.
We were the highest median earnings out of all 2-year colleges in the state of New Jersey. Right now, I believe it was almost $49,500 for our graduates when they graduate from school.
That's a pretty prestigious organization right there.
Thank you. Thank you.
So what's next for Eastwick College? I mean, what do you guys, obviously ever expanding, always thinking about, following the curve. I mean, there are a lot of other, there are new jobs and lines of work and categories being born every day.
Our most interesting thing that we've done recently, we really look for niches that other educational institutions do not want to get involved in. And we now have 68 students studying in Jerusalem as they're studying their rabbinical studies and also studying hospitality relating to kosher.
Okay.
So it's a very interesting field. We've only started it. It's been less than a year long. And it was just one of those kind of fields that we felt, hey, no one else is offering these kind of training. And we were able to fill the class. So
that's outrageous. That's awesome. So listen, first of all, I wanted to say thanks for taking the time out here. This has been extremely educational for me as well as people watching this. What about someone who might be watching that perhaps may want to say, well, wait a second, I have a degree in all this stuff. I want to come work for Eastwick. Is that a possibility?
That's always a possibility. Would send their resumes in to one of the deans and so on. But I think more importantly, they're in a situation that they would go to the website. The website has so much information, eastwick.edu. They could get an idea of what opportunities exist to work, what opportunities there could be to transfer all those college credits in. And that's a major thing. We're very, very liberal with their past credits.
Oh, that's great. Because a lot of times doesn't transfer over. You go to a 2-year community college, and then you go to a state college for a 4-year, and they say, well, none of these credits work. They're all null and void. And it makes you feel like you wasted 2 years of your life.
Correct.
And you guys don't treat people that way.
We treat them very, very well. The majority of the credits they'll come to, we'll try to give them as many credits. And it's very easy for them to get 30 credits walking in the door.
You have a TV radio program?
We do not.
Well, maybe Professor Scary Jones is here
there you go.
for
That's a possibility.
I could start up that whole. Just leave it to me. Leave it to me.
And
I got a game plan.
We'll do it in Bergen, by the way.
Nice. It'll be night school, so I'll work 24 hours a day.
There you go.
So Thomas, it's been amazing hanging out with you.
Thank you, sir.
A pleasure. It's Eastwick College. Check them out, especially the Bergen location. I hear that's top notch as well, right?
That's where I work, the Bergen in Ramsey. So that's it really is a nice office.
Thanks for watching CEO Unplugged.
Thank you.